Alright, today we're going to actually do some freehand drawing of a sort. So the first thing I want you to do is come up here to File and click on New. And then I want you to choose this 1280 by 1024. If it doesn't give you that as a choice, go up here to Web. You should see the 1280 by 1024 and hit Create. So then, just like when we were in InDesign, we're going to go up here and we're going to place an image in here. So we're going to go up here to File. We're going to choose Place. And the file that we're going to place is this trumpet file. And just drag it across your image like that. Okay. So then what I want you to do is go up here to Object, and I want you to lock this selection in place. Okay. So that way you can't move the trumpet no matter what you do. So now what we're going to do is create a new layer. So if you go down here to the bottom right hand corner and click on the little page and hit that Create New Layer button. So we're going to be working on this layer 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to create, using the tools that we've already used, we're going to create this trumpet. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over here to my fill, and I want to choose a nice kind of golden yellow color, kind of a gold like that. Okay, and if you want to use the same exact color, you can choose this F4 E419 and just put that right there in your hex code color in the color picker. And we can turn off the outline if we want. Maybe not. Go click here and click. There we go. So just click on the outline and click on the None button. Okay, so the tool that we're going to use is the curvature tool. We're going to start off with that. I'm going to start by making the bell. So I'm going to start right here at the mouthpiece. And I'm just going to click one time. And I'm just going to slowly. Now you'll notice as you get closer to where it starts to flare out, you have to sometimes make smaller and smaller shapes. Now right now it thinks I want the color on that side, but you'll notice as I go over here like that, it's going to start bringing the color to the other side. So that's going to be a problem as we come around the bell. But what we can do is change your anchor point. Right. And that will change the shape of the bell. By moving the anchor point back and forth, right, you can change the shape of the curvature of the line. Okay, when we get to the very end here, we don't want it to curve at all. So what we're going to do is just double click. I'm just going to make it straight. And then the same thing as I go back to my first point, I don't want it to curve. So I'm going to double click, which will make it a straight line. Okay, you can still go back and you can make these paths a little fatter if you decide that that's what you want to do. Right? You can also add a new path anywhere along the line that you want to, right, to change the look. Okay, so now if I tip this down right here on layer 2, you can see there's the bell. So this is my trumpet, and this is my bell. I can turn this off and it'll show you just the bell alone, right, by itself. Now it doesn't look like much by itself, so I'm going to turn that path back on. I can also put the line back on if I want to, right? Just go over here, give it a line. And there we go. Now it's got a little more definition to it. Okay. So now let's do the same thing with our valves right here. So go back to our trumpet, and we're going to make a new path right here. And I'm going to use my double click to make it straight. Right, and now I have a valve. So I want to copy and paste that, so I don't want to have to keep drawing these every time. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Right, I'm going to put that one right here, paste again, and do the same thing. So now I have 3 valves. Okay, now I want all my valves to line up, so I'm going to click 1, 2, 3 by holding down the Shift key. Right, as I click those, I can go over here to Properties. I can make sure they all line at the top. Right, or at the bottom, either one. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to put them behind the bell. So I'm going to take all 3 of these paths, 1, 2, 3, and drop them behind the bell. So now the bell is in front and the valves are behind. If I turn off, it's starting to look a little more like a trumpet. All right. So I'm going to turn off my bell path, my valves. Okay. Go back up here and click on trumpet. Now I can make another path. So I'm simply going to make this one right here. You can also start on the inside, right? If you start on the inside, probably makes it a little easier. Okay, so now I'm going to double click. See, and as I go around, it shifts the color to the outside. Like that. Now right here, didn't make it too straight. I can double click and you see how it kind of straightens it out. I'm going to add another anchor point to the path here. Right, so sometimes you just gotta play around with their anchor points, the number of anchor points that you have, position of the anchor points, to try to make it as close to the original as possible. Okay, so I can turn this back on. I need to put that behind the bell. So there we go. So it doesn't really matter what that top end looks like, 'cause it's hiding it behind the bell there. And you can see as I start adding more and more of these layers. Okay, so now I also need to know I need to put these 3 right here on top of that. Alright, so don't want that, so I can just go ahead and delete that. Alright, so what I want you to do is complete the rest of the trumpet. Finish out all these other parts. And that is your assignment. And it is a test grade.